Hello everybody, my name is Dusty and welcome to my channel. Before we begin, if you hear a squeak, that's Winston squeaking on a squeaky toy. We'll move past it. We'll survive. So in the last video I asked you guys what you want to see me put in that 40-gallon tank behind me, and you guys offered a lot of great suggestions, from pistogrammas to turning it into a saltwater tank, which was really creative, and I wanted to check out some awesome fish on Aquabid, maybe bid on a couple, and see exactly what we could put in that tank. I'm still not entirely certain what I want to put in there, and I just don't want to buy something out of the blue. So without further ado, let's check out Aquabid and see exactly what they have going on here. So Jenna Tucker had mentioned apistogrammas, and I have never had apistogrammas. I have never owned a cichlid before, but I know that there are a lot of different types. But I do know a little bit about apistogrammas. In particular, I have been looking for some, but I haven't really been looking for some, you know. I would like a nice breeding pair. I think it would be kind of fun to have. But if I make an apistogramma tank, I'm not quite sure what else I could put in there. So if I'm going to put a apistogramma in there, I want to make sure that they are absolutely stunning fish that I put in there. And this one doesn't have a picture, but I want to make sure they're absolutely stunning fish. Now, like the Azizi, I can't pronounce it for the life of me. Stunning fish. This is absolutely stunning. The fire red. I've seen these in my local fish store, and they have made me go, wow. That's just absolutely amazing. And so that is one apistogramma that I wouldn't mind having in that 40-gallon tank. I think it'd be really cool to have a pair and breed them, but let's see what other kinds they have. Now, I think this also kind of goes back to one of my other videos about wild caught fish. Now, I'm not a wild caught fish guy, but as you can tell, they're selling a pair of wild caught, and my assumption would be that they want people to breed them and reintroduce them into the hobby. So if I were to start a tank, I think it would be really cool to have a pair that nobody, well, not nobody, but that a lot of people don't have, and try to incorporate them into the hobby more. These guys are pretty cool. I don't mind the colors. Obviously, they're wild caught. They're not going to have those stunning colors like the fire, but yeah, they're really interesting. Now, something I always like to do when I'm on Aquabid, it's kind of like the first thing I do, is I go to the $1 auctions, because sometimes there are really great deals. Like, even looking for a pistogramma. Well, there's 3 golden rams, free shipping, no reserve. And now what this means is that if there's no reserve, that means there's no minimum amount you have to pay for. Free shipping, which is wonderful. 3 golden rams. These are what they look like. They're obviously beautiful fish. One of my friends had golden rams at one point, and they didn't do too well in the tank she had set up. They ended up passing away, but I could see myself with some golden rams.
Technically, I need 2 of the gold rams.
Now, another thing that I always wanted to try was a wild type betta. Now, I'm not quite sure on exactly what this is. Oh, so yeah, see, they look very dull. Their colors aren't that great. Wild type bettas are something that interests me, because I always thought it would be fun to save the species. There's a lot of issues with wild caught bettas. There's a lot of them going extinct or becoming very, very stretched out, their populations, so people are trying to introduce them into the hobby to hopefully save them, kind of like the same way axolotls were introduced in the hobby. Axolotls in the wild are virtually all extinct, but thanks to the fish keeping hobby, a lot of them are thriving, and while their population might be down in the wild, their population of captivity is huge. Now, something else I thought would be really cool to have is crayfish, but in Wisconsin it's illegal to own crayfish, so obviously I cannot have them. But look at these guppies too. 20 nebulous steel guppies. Look at all those guppies. Can you imagine? Oh my. Killifish is another thing that I think would be kind of cool to have. 20 plus eggs. So you have to be careful on what you're bidding on, because in this particular instance, you're getting 20 eggs. You're not getting the actual fish, you're getting the eggs. There's no guarantee they'll survive. So when you bid on something like this, you have to make sure that you're actually getting what you're bidding on. And then, of course, there's the mixed lots, which are always kind of interesting. Electric blue rams and plants. See, those are really cool. I actually have a type of cichlid that if I could put in my tank, I want to see if I can find them on here. They aren't apistos. I'm pretty sure they're Central American? Here we go. Electric Blue Acara. That was something somebody else kind of mentioned, was Electric Blue Acara. I really was considering putting these in there. I kind of went away from them, not for any particular reason. I just ended up not thinking that that's something I'd really like to do. But they are definitely on my list as something I would consider putting in that 40-gallon tank. And by the way, I do want to say I was right. They were Central American. I was completely unaware of what they were. Now, one of the reasons why I wouldn't turn that 40-gallon into a saltwater tank is just because I don't have any saltwater experience whatsoever. I do where I work. I don't have to deal with salt water. All what I deal with is fresh water. At the Petco that I work at, there is no salt water. So for me to get a saltwater tank, especially putting it in that rack over there, for me would be really a dumb idea. Just because I've never done it before. I don't have any experience with it. If I were to do it, I'd probably get a smaller nano tank. I know bigger is always better with saltwater, but I'd get a nano tank and just put a couple coral in there, because coral live forever. If you kill coral, it's your fault. So I think it would be interesting to put coral in there and just see how that goes instead of jumping straight to a fish. So that would likely be the route that I take to get into saltwater. But then they also have goldfish on here. I casually look at these sometimes, because sometimes they have some really cool goldfish on here, like this random betta here. But like this one is not what I thought it was. Never mind. See, like the watani. I always love these ones. I think they're really cool. Their tails are amazing. What's the other one look like? Yeah, look at those tails. Oh, stunning. I would bid on it, but I just don't want to have to pay $49 for shipping. And they have a lot of corridoras as well, which are always fun to watch. I enjoy watching corridoras. One of the things that I think would be really cool is to get a lot of the dwarf coracats and let them, or the pygmies right here. Maybe get like 40 of them. Oh, and watch them swim in a pack. Oh, that would be so cool. Can you imagine having like 20 pygmy cories and like 20 neon tetras swimming around a tank with them all schooling together? Oh, that would be really cool. See, I was watching a video the other day, and they were talking about arowana, and they had mentioned that arowana are one of the most popular fish in the fresh fish keeping hobby, and I had no idea. When I see arowana, I don't necessarily think they're anything special compared to any other fish I've ever seen. They get extremely large, and they can look interesting. Like this one's cool, but I don't really see the appeal of an arowana. Maybe I'm just not that into it. Joey from King of DIY has 4 now, and to me, they just don't really suit my fancy, so to speak. They're not really interesting to me. I think they kind of look ugly, and I like a prehistoric thing going on back here with the trapdoor mouth. I don't know, it's just not my thing. I do want to look at Plecostomus, because I do want to breed Plecostomus. Now they got a bigger tank. Clown Pleco, those were kind of cool when I saw them in the store. But what I would really like to get is one bigger Plecostomus. Not huge, but one that looks really cool. I don't know, how big do Royal Plecos get? 125 gallons. Darn. So these guys, the blue eyes, they steal my heart. I love the blue eye Plecos. Oh, here we go. Royal King. Oops. These Royal Kings are gorgeous. I wish I could find a breeder, a local breeder anyway, for those. See if they had a breeding pair on here. I haven't seen a breeding pair. I would really like to buy an actual breeding pair, or what do they call them? When they a proven breeding pair would be nice. A nice pair. Sunshine Plecos. Whoa. Gigantic fish. Holy Jesus. Look, compared to his hand. Jeez. Now, there is something I do definitely want to get, and those are some cool shrimp. I want to mix up my shrimp collection. Something that I had thought of on my own was maybe turning that 40-gallon tank into a shrimp tank. Nothing but shrimp. That sounds really dumb, but that was an idea I came up with. Like, hey, you know how cool that would be to just have, like, a ton of different kinds of shrimp? Oh, that's cool, bamboo shrimp. Can you imagine like planting the tank with all like grass, um, and then adding in some cool structures, some cool floating plants, and then just have all the entire tank full of different kinds of breeding shrimp. Oh, that would be so cool. Some Bloody Mary shrimp. Now, I'm not really a shrimp guy, but I think that would be really cool to watch. What I really want to do in the future is get a big tank, like 100, 200, 300 gallon tank, and just fill it with neon tetras. They are so cool to watch. Here, I'm going to look it up. Here, this is 100 rummy nose tetras. Look at how cool that is. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Oh, there's some neons in the back. Oh, I think it'd be so cool to have some 100 cardinal tetras. Look at their color. Ah, they're so cool. I don't know, for me, they're cool. Like, these are like my these are like my tiger tetras for like Corey. If I could have a big tank of these, oh, it'd be so cool. Anyway, everybody, I know I did not bid on anything, and that's because when I go into work tomorrow, I'm hoping something that I've been looking for is there. If not, I guarantee you that in the upcoming weeks, we will be doing a live stream where I order the fish you want me to order off this website. In the upcoming weeks, something I want to do is have a live stream where you guys tell me what to look for on here. I'll go on. If I like it, I'll order it. I just got to get all those guppies out of that tank first. They're all really little. I think I might set up a 10-gallon tank somewhere in here and put them in there, but that's something I got to do before I can put anything in that tank. So in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a quarantine tank or a grow a tank for guppies. Additionally, we're going to be doing that live stream where I show you guys and you guys can tell me what I should buy for that tank. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment down below what kind of fish you want to see in that 40-gallon tank. I know I already asked you that question, but I'm hoping maybe some guys, maybe some people's opinions change. So make sure you leave a comment down below on what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.